Foxborough turned into a stage for plot twists today. A veteran slips in quietly to shore up the trenches. A young defensive star is still racing the clock. An elite target is poised to ignite the offense right out of the gate, and a coaching decision rattled the locker room and the fan base. Buckle up, there's inside info, there's analysis, and there's impact on Sunday written all over this. Which of these moves will define the Patriots' start? Take a breath and ride with me to the end. You won't believe what we've got today. So get comfy, drop a like, and let's dive straight into the news. Quietly, but with direct impact in the trenches, the Patriots tweaked the heart of the line. Brendan James arrived on the practice squad and Alec Lindstrom was released. Sounds minor? Not when the opener against the Raiders demands an immediate answer in the middle of the protection and clean snap communication. James, 26 years old, about 6'5" and 300 pounds, brings 46 games of experience since he left Nebraska as a fifth-round pick in the 2021 draft. Number 159 overall. Add 274 offensive snaps, 107 on special teams, and 3 career starts, enough to deliver center and guard versatility in hostile environments. Why does this matter now? First, because the interior line got stressed in the preseason and still needs stability. A piece with a track record of availability and command of calls reduces false starts, sharpens combo block angles, and gives the offensive coordinator freedom to vary cadences without fearing leaks through the A-gap. Second, because the Raiders' threat doesn't come only from the edge. Interior pressure collapses the pocket faster than any outside rush. If there's doubt inside, the entire game plan shrinks. Shorter routes, predictable runs, accelerated reads, and turnovers knocking at the door. In the short term, his arrival expands elevation options on game day and lets the staff simulate heavy fronts in practice this week. Jaime speaks modern terminology, has worked in inside zone, power, and duo schemes, and has a history of anchoring well against bull rush. For an offense that should prioritize tempo, precise short throws, and between the tackles runs to control the clock, every interior detail matters. Firm inside hand, clean communication with the starting center, crisp mic ID, quick exchanges against simulated pressures, and preserving the timing windows for slants and quick outs that drive first downs. There's also the human side here. Lindstrom, 27, carved a tough path. Star at Boston College, undrafted in 2022, Cowboys practice squad, stints with the Rams and Jets, NFL debut on special teams, and 10 starts at center with the Memphis Showboats in the UFL. He arrived in Foxborough at the start of camp, battled, survived cuts, but in the final trim and in the search for immediate flexibility, ran out of room. That's the kind of decision that stings in a locker room and only gets made when the staff sees real tactical impact. On the field, the message is clear. Mike Vrabel wants to multiply scenarios, not improvise. A trustworthy interior sustains duo runs, protects screens from penetrations, buys the quarterback time to work progressions, and keeps the red zone menu open. With Janziu, you gain an insurance policy for critical third downs and 2-minute snaps. For fans, it may not sound like headline material, but it's exactly this invisible adjustment that decides possession count, field position, and in the end results. On Sunday, aggressive fronts and B-gap stunts will stress communication. A solid rotation prevents cascading collapses and keeps the opening script alive through those crucial first 2 drives. And that wasn't even the most surprising part of the day. Just when it looked like a calm week, unease swept through the fan base. Christian Gonzalez, the pillar of the secondary, still hasn't returned to full practice. The hamstring that pulled him off the field on July 28 keeps dragging out his return, and every day without seeing him in action raises the uncertainty. Vrabel tried to soothe nerves, saying it's a natural process, that the young star is grinding and shouldn't get frustrated. But the reality is harsh. We're less than a week from the opener against the Raiders, and we still don't know if our All-Pro will line up. The Patriots' prospects for a bounce-back run rely on the defense propping up an offense still finding its identity during a rebuild. Without Gonzalez, the plan to slow explosive offenses walks a tightrope. Alex Austin, DJ James, even Carlton Davis can hold down a side, but the responsibility of matching up with receivers like Jacoby Myers and the rookie phenom Brock Bowers doesn't spread easily. Fans are already saying it. Without Gonzo, starting 0-1 is a real risk. That's not panic, it's a sober read. At Gillette, every secondary detail matters. The silence around his recovery invites every rumor under the sun. Did he have a setback? Was the timeline undersold? Or is this a little cat and mouse to avoid handing the opponent a scouting gift? Anxiety spikes because when you lose a player like Gonzalez, you don't just lose talent, you lose the confidence that wins 3rd and long, keeps the stadium on its feet, and puts rival offenses on edge. Vrabel highlighted the growth of youngsters like DJ James, pointed to Austin's consistency, and praised Davis's leadership. Everyone knows the truth. Nothing replaces an all-pro's impact between the lines. The week rolls on. Practices stack up and one question keeps pounding in every fan's mind. Will we see Gonzalez against the Raiders, or are we counting on faith in an improvised rotation? The answer for now only turns the tension up. And yet, the next development might squeeze the heart of this offense even more. If uncertainty around Gonzalez was already fraying nerves on defense, the offense delivered a twist that brought hope and sky-high expectations. Stefon Diggs is set to suit up against the Raiders. Yes, the same wideout many doubted would fit in Foxborough, shadowed by questions about his recovery from that serious knee injury. Well, he didn't just come back faster, he's already stepped into a leadership role in the locker room. In practice, he's been seen leading huddles, demanding accountability, and teaching the younger guys how to lock in on every snap. That maturity cuts against the memory many have from his tumultuous stretch in Buffalo, where emotional flare-ups colored his time there. Now he looks like a different player, more centered, aware of what it means to wear a Patriots uniform, and determined to be the lighthouse for a group heading into its youngest, most reference-hungry season in years. The strategic impact, massive. His presence opens space for Demario Douglas, forces the opponent to devote extra attention, and can turn third downs into high-percentage conversions. Against the Raiders, the test is immediate. Their secondary will have to choose between bracketing Diggs or risking single coverage and opening lanes for everyone else. Beyond the X's and O's, there's the psychology. Fans who feared an offense without identity now see in Diggs an anchor, someone who keeps the morale high, shows the rookies that adversity can be beaten, and reinforces the mantra "make the most of every opportunity." That human side showed up in the Forged in Foxborough documentary too, where clips of Diggs rallying teammates made the rounds. It's as if the veteran chose to turn a page right where discipline and culture are non-negotiable. And let's be honest, that's exactly what Patriots fans dreamed of. A star hungry to prove he's still a closer, wearing our colors and leading by example. One question burns until Sunday. In his very first game, will Diggs deliver that moment that becomes a national headline? From what we've seen so far, don't bet against it. And if that's enough to shake Foxborough, wait until you hear the week's most polarizing decision. Just when it looked like a calm week, unease swept through the fan base. Christian Gonzalez, the pillar of the secondary, still hasn't returned to full practice. The hamstring that pulled him off the field on July 28 keeps dragging out his return, and every day without seeing him in action raises the uncertainty. Vrabel tried to soothe nerves, saying it's a natural process, that the young star is grinding and shouldn't get frustrated. But the reality is harsh. We're less than a week from the opener against the Raiders, and we still don't know if our All-Pro will line up. The Patriots' prospects for a bounce-back run rely on the defense propping up an offense still finding its identity during a rebuild. Without Gonzalez, the plan to slow explosive offenses walks a tightrope. Alex Austin, DJ James, even Carlton Davis can hold down a side, but the responsibility of matching up with receivers like Jacoby Myers and the rookie phenom Brock Bowers doesn't spread easily. Fans are already saying it. Without Gonzo starting all, one is a real risk. That's not panic, it's a sober read. At Gillette, every secondary detail matters. The silence around his recovery invites every rumor under the sun. Did he have a setback? Was the timeline undersold? Or is this a little cat and mouse to avoid handing the opponent a scouting gift?